Sairam students, hope all of you are doing fine. Let's go ahead with our chapter number 8 of Geography, How Seasons Occur, Part 2. In our earlier parts, we have learned about the Uttarayan, the Dakshinayan. We learned about the apparent movement of the sun, the perihelion and the aphelion position of the earth. Okay, we learned about the equinoxes, that is 21st March and 23rd September. What are we going to learn today? Okay, so today we are going to learn when any one of the poles, we have two poles, the north pole and the south pole, so any one of these two poles inclines the most towards the sun. Okay, so when its axes are tilted towards the sun, that is 23 degrees 30 minutes parallel of that hemisphere receives perpendicular sun rays, means when it is the north pole or the south pole. So when it inclines towards the sun at the position that is 23 degrees 30 minutes parallel of that hemisphere, okay, it can be northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, so that parallel receives perpendicular sun rays. So the sun rays are perpendicular at the equator on 21st March and 23rd September, which are days of equinox. We've already learned the equinox days. So on these days, that is on the 21st of March and the 23rd of September, the sun rays are perpendicular at the equator. Okay. Perpendicular means it makes an angle of 90 degrees. After 21st March, other parallels between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere start receiving perpendicular rays sequentially. Okay, so we know that on 21st March, yes, and 23rd September, the perpendicular rays, there are perpendicular rays at the equator. Fine. So after 21st March, other parallels, yes, other parallels mean the latitudes as you go towards the northern hemisphere, towards the North Pole. Okay, other parallels between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so in the northern hemisphere, so we have Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, right? So they start after 21st March, they start receiving perpendicular rays sequentially, means in according to their parallels, it will start moving from the equator towards the Tropic of Cancer. So this happens after 21st of March. Only on 21st June and 22nd December, the sun rays become perpendicular on the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn respectively. Okay, so means when on 21st June, the perpendicular rays will be on the Tropic of Cancer, and on on the Tropic of Capricorn it will be perpendicular on 22nd December. So only on 21st June, yes, that is the on 21st June, the perpendicular rays will fall on Tropic of Cancer, and on 22nd December, the perpendicular rays will fall on the Tropic of Capricorn. These 2 days are called solstice days. So which are the two solstice days? 21st June and 22nd December. These are the solstice days, whereas 21st March and 23rd September are the equinox days. Okay, so these 2 days, that is 21st June and 22nd December, they are called as the solstice days. Okay, so over here you can see, we can see over here, okay, we have the 21st of June and the 22nd of September. Okay, you can see the axis is tilted over here. Yes, the North Pole and the South Pole, the North Pole and the South Pole. Fine, so this is on the North Pole, this is the South Pole, so tilted. It receives perpendicular sun rays. You can see over here, the sun rays shown over here. Perpendicular means receiving 90 degrees sun rays. So from the Tropic of Equator to the Tropic of Cancer, okay, the Tropic of Equator, from the equator to the Tropic of Cancer, it will start going sequentially. Yes, so after that will be after 21st of March, and on 21st of June and 22nd of December, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn will receive perpendicular rays respectively. Okay, is that clear? Fine, let's go ahead. Sun rays are never perpendicular and on any of the parallels between the Tropic of Cancer and the North Pole, or between the Tropic of Capricorn and the South Pole. So I will show you this. So you can see over here. Okay. So this is the North Pole here. This is the South Pole here. Here also 21st June we can see the North Pole and South Pole. So here we have the equator. Okay, we have the equator here. We have the Tropic of Cancer. We have the Tropic of Capricorn. Here we have the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so this what happens for the perpendicular rays. The perpendicular rays will only be from the equator towards the Tropic of Cancer and from the equator towards the Tropic of Capricorn. Fine, but sun rays will never be seen. Sun rays will never be perpendicular from Tropic of Cancer towards the North Pole or from the Tropic of Capricorn towards the South Pole. They will not receive perpendicular sun rays. Okay, only till from the equator to the Tropic of Cancer and from the equator to the Tropic of Capricorn will receive perpendicular sun rays. Fine. So here sun rays are never perpendicular on any of the parallels between the Tropic of Cancer and the North Pole and the Tropic of Capricorn and the South Pole. So 21st June is the longest day and it marks the shortest night in the northern hemisphere. Yes, so 21st June is the day when Tropic of Tropic of Cancer receives perpendicular sun rays. So that is the longest day in the northern hemisphere and also it is the shortest night. So the day is longer and the night is shorter in the northern hemisphere. And similarly, 22nd December is the longest day and the shortest night in the southern hemisphere because on 22nd December, Tropic of Capricorn receives perpendicular sun rays, right? So that is in the southern hemisphere. So 22nd December, yes, 22nd December, longest day, shortest night in southern hemisphere. 21st June, longest day, shortest night in northern hemisphere. So these are the key words which you should keep in mind. 21st June is the longest day and the shortest night in the northern hemisphere, whereas on 22nd December it is the longest day and the shortest night in the southern hemisphere. Fine, let's go ahead. And 22nd December is the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so the 21st June is the longest day in the northern hemisphere and 22nd December is the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. Fine. And 22nd December is the longest day in the southern hemisphere and 21st June is the shortest day in the southern hemisphere. It's the other way around. Okay, now in the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, the sun remains visible for 24 hours or longer. And at the North Pole, the sun is visible in the sky from 22nd March to 23rd September, that is for 6 months. Similar situation prevails in the region between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the period from 23rd September to 21st March. Note that on the equator, the duration of the day and night is same throughout the year, that is 12 hours each. Okay, so when we're learning this in the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, the sun remains visible for 24 hours or longer. Okay, so you will understand this over here. Okay, so this is the Arctic Circle which you can see over here, shown over here. This is the Arctic Circle. Yes, so from here, yes, in the North Pole, this portion, the sun will remain for 24 hours. Yes, the sun will remain for 24 hours for a period of 6 months. That is in the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so Arctic Circle to the North Pole. Fine. Okay, so the sun remains visible for 24 hours. See, Arctic Circle to the North Pole, sun remains visible for 24 hours or longer. Okay, and this is for from 22nd March to 23rd September. So this during this period, that is from 22nd March to 23rd September, it will be for 20 there will be daytime for 24 hours in from the region between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole. Similar situation will also be there in the southern hemisphere, that is from the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, that will be from 23rd September to 21st March. Okay, so we'll see that again. Fine. So we learned that from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, yes, there will be daytime, 24 hours, sun rays will fall for a period of 6 months. Yes, that is from 22nd March to 23rd September. Then in the Antarctic Circle, this is the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole over here, they will have daytime, that is 24 hours daytime from 23rd September to 21st March. Okay, so this is how the sun rays fall on the in Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. Whereas near the equator, yes, we have the equator. Sorry, we have the equator over here. You can see the equator over here, right? So this region, yes, will have equal duration of daytime and nighttime, that is 12 hours each. On the equator, the daytime and the nighttime will be the same, that is 12 hours of day and as well as 12 hours of night. Okay, I hope you have understood this. So let's read it again. In the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, the sun remains visible for 24 hours or longer. At the North Pole, the sun is visible in the sky from 22nd March to 23rd September, that is for 6 months. And the other 6 months, it is daytime. It is nighttime, sorry. Similar situation prevails in the region between Antarctic Circle and the region between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, that is from 23rd September to 21st March. Whereas on the equator, the duration of day and night is same throughout the year, that is 12 hours each. That is 365 days. The equator will get 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. Okay, whereas in from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, it will have 6 months of daytime, and in the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, that duration will be night. When the North Pole and the region between Arctic Circle and North Pole has 6 months of daytime, the South Pole and the Antarctic Circle will have nighttime. And when it is daytime in the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, there will be nighttime in the Arctic Circle and the North Pole. I hope this is clear, children. Fine. So this is what we have learned today about how what are the solstice days, that is the 21st of June and the 22nd of December are the solstice days. 21st of June the Tropic of Cancer, 22nd December Tropic of Capricorn. Fine. So this is very much clear to you, children. Okay, so we'll just see this over here. We have our equator over here. Fine. Okay, then we have the Tropic of Cancer over here, the Tropic of Capricorn over here. Okay, then we have the Arctic Circle over here, and we have the Antarctic Circle over here. Fine. Okay, so we have the equator. You can see over here, that is the 0 degrees latitude. Then we have the Tropic of Cancer, that is 23 degrees 26 minutes north. Then we have the Arctic Circle, that is 66 degrees 34 minutes north. Then we have the Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23 degrees 26 minutes south. And Antarctic Circle, we have 66 degrees 34 minutes south, whereas the North Pole and the South Pole is at 90 degrees north and the South Pole is at 90 degrees south. Fine. So can see from the equator towards the Tropic of Cancer, then from the equator towards the Tropic of Capricorn will receive perpendicular sun rays, whereas from this region from the Tropic of Cancer towards the South Pole and from the Tropic of Cancer towards the North Pole and from the Tropic of Capricorn towards the South Pole will never receive perpendicular sun rays. Fine. I hope this is clear to you, children. Fine. Okay. So again we have this Arctic Circle. This region from the Arctic Circle towards the North Pole will have 6 months duration of daytime, and from that is from 21st March to 23rd of September, and then from 23rd of September to 21st of March the South Pole will have the daytime, that is 24 hours sun will be visible over there. Okay, so I hope all this is clear to you, children. We'll be meeting again with the next part of this lesson. So till then, stay safe. Have a good day, children. Sai Ram.